Good afternoon. Experiment number 5, that is determination of efficiency and speed regulation of single phase induction motor. So in that experiment we can see we have to determine the efficiency and the speed regulation. So efficiency, in the case we need to find out the output as well as input voltage, input power. In the speed regulation we need to find out the speed of induction motor. So we are just determining this efficiency and speed regulation on the single phase induction motor. So here you can see the single phase supply we are giving. There is a one auto transformer. That auto transformer will give us a voltage, supply voltage, so that we can vary from 0 to maximum value. This is the voltmeter which is connected across here to measure the input voltage. This is ammeter connected here to measure the load current. One wattmeter is connected in series with the motor, that is to measure the input power. Okay, so the M and C, that is the main and common point, that has been shorted. So a line point of the wattmeter is given to the one phase of the motor, and the neutral terminal is given back to the negative terminal. So here we can see there is a coupling between the motor and one shaft. So here we can apply some load. So with the help of this is one load, this is another load. So we are applying these loads on the motor. So initially what we will do, we will start our motor at no load. At that time we'll take the readings of wattmeter, we'll take the readings of ammeter. Okay, then some theoretical parts, as we know that the slip, that is whenever we need to find out the synchronous speed, we can find out by the way of 120 divided by P F, that is the synchronous speed. Then from the synchronous speed, if we got the actual speed, then ns minus rotor speed divided by synchronous speed, that time we can calculate the slip. To find out the torque, we need to find out the difference between two weights. So we will find out the difference between two weights, that is the F1 minus F2, or we can say S1 minus S2. So torque we can find out by multiplication of these difference of watt, difference of weightage. Then d by 2 means the whatever the pulley we are using, the radius of that pulley, that is nothing but d by 2. 9.81, that is the gravitational factor, and Newton meter, so that will be the torque. Then output power we can find out 2 pi n t, so that is the divided by 60. So 2 pi nRT, so that nr we will measure, torque we will find out here, and the 60 will be the constant. What will be the input power? Input power we will measure through the wattmeter. Then cos phi we can find out the input power divided by Vi, so that will be the cos phi. And efficiency we can find out once we will have the output power and input power. Okay, so now observation table I'll show you here. So this is the observation table. First we need to take the input voltage, then second the input current, then input power, then two weights F1 F2, the difference between those two we have to calculate, and the speed we will measure here. So now we'll go for the experimental setup. So I'll show you the experimental setup as per the circuit diagram. So here you can see the input supply single phase given to the auto transformer. So here you can see the positive terminal and negative terminal both are given to this. Okay, now output taken from this, one terminal is given to the ammeter. So here you can see the red wire I am giving here to the ammeter. Another terminal taken out, and that is given to the M of the wattmeter. So here you can see the M of the wattmeter is connected. Here you can see MC is a shorted. MC is a shorted, so that is why. So MC is I had shorted here. Then L terminal of the wattmeter, the L terminal of the wattmeter is given to the motor's one terminal or one phase. So L terminal is given to the motor's phase. Another terminal of the motor is given to negative, back to the supply, and the V terminal is connected to the negative terminal again. So V terminal here I had taken 300, that is connected to the negative. Okay, so now we will take care that our motor will be at no load. So now I am starting that one. So I had started, you can see here there is a no load, there is no load, you can show. So here you can see there is a no load. Okay, so this rotor can easily rotate. So here you can see 0 0, that means there is a no load. So here both having a F1 F2. So now what I will do, I will gradually increase the voltage. Okay, so now You can see I am increasing the voltage. Now I will keep the constant voltage at a 210 or 215. Okay, that is enough. That is 215 volt. I am giving a input voltage. Okay, so that will be the constant value. So we can write here the voltage will be the 215. Now we will see the current at no load. So here you can see the current value. It is around 4.8 watt. Power we will measure here. It is around a 12.5 multiply by 4. So that is multiplying factor is a 4 here. So we can multiply by 4. So that is around 12.5 multiply by 4. Then this 0 0. So it will be 0. And speed we will measure at that moment. So here we will measure the speed. So you can see that is around 1494. Okay, so that is the speed which is near to the synchronous speed. As we know, the synchronous speed is 1500, but as now we are rotor speed, that is around 1494. Okay, so now we will gradually increase the load. We will increase the load. You can see now I had given a load. So here you can see 2 kilowatt and here is 2 kilogram and here is a 500 gram. So here I will write here is a 2 kg and another one is 0.5 kg. Okay, so the difference we will calculate later. So here you can see the wattmeter power. So it is above it is around a 28. So that means 28 multiplied by 4. So current, here we can see the current, it is around a again 4.8, around 4.9. Okay, now we will measure the speed. So speed is reduced to the 1480. Speed is reduced to the 1480. Okay, now again we will increase the load. Now I had increased to the load 3.5 and 1. So here I can write it is a 3.5, it is a 1. So now we will take a measurement of speed. So it is around 1467. It is 1467. We can check the current value. It is around 4.5. Then we will check the value of power, that is around 37.5. Okay, then we will further increase the load for the last reading. So here it is a 5 kilogram and it is a 1.5. So speed we will take here, that is 1450. That is 1450. So I am taking the reading, that is the 1.5 and the speed was 1450. Now the value of current you can see here, that is around 4.7. And what is the value of the power? That power is nothing but around 57.5, that is 57.5 multiply by 4 multiply by 4. So these 4 readings are enough. So now we will reduce the load from the motor. Make sure that you will reduce the supply voltage also, and then we will switch off the power. So that is the experiment number 5. So now we will do the calculations. So here you can see, as my input power is around 215 into 4.8, so that is 1034, it is 1032. Okay, then my total force, that force can be calculated, because I know that the difference, that is 2 kg minus 0.5, that is 1.5, that is 2.5, that is 3.5. okay, so with the help of this, as we know that T is equal to F1 minus F2 into radius is a 10 centimeter, so 10 centimeters can be converted into meter, that is 0.1 meter, into 9.8. okay, so now we will calculate that one. 9.81 into 0.1 is equal to 98.1 into, what is the difference, that is 1.5, so 147.15. so I will write it 147.15. sorry, 147.15. what is the total force at this time? 0, that will be the 0 0. okay, now second time 1035, that time this is the 1.5, 147.15. output power is nothing but what? 2 pi n t divided by 60. so we will calculate that one. 2 pi into n is nothing but what? 1480 into T is nothing but 147.15, okay, is equal to divided by 60. so that is 22,806. okay, so that is nothing but what? 22,806 divided by 1000, that means 22 kV. so slip we can find out ns minus n divided by ns. so slip we can easily find out. Slip is equal to ns is 1500 minus n is nothing but 1480. so 1480 divided by ns, that is 1500. so 20 divided by 1500, so it may be around 0.03. slip may be 0.013, that means 1.3% is the slip. Power factor we can calculate, cos phi is equal to VI divided by, P input divided by VI. so P input is 1032, or we can say the input power, that is here we had calculated 12.5 into 4, that is the 50 divided by this one, so means 50 divided by 1032. So 0.04 is the cos phi. Cos phi is nothing but what? 0.04. That is the power factor, and efficiency we can calculate that output power divided by input power. So that simple way we can determine the efficiency as well as speed regulation of the single phase induction motor. So in Viva some questions may be asked like what is double field revolving theory, why the single phase induction motor is not self-starting motor, then what is shaded pole motor, then starting methods of single phase induction motor, then again what is the effect of increase in rotor resistance in a single phase induction motor, then how to make single phase induction motor self-starting. So depends on that, there is a 4 types, that is capacitor start, capacitor run method, and describe the principle of operation of split phase induction motor. So these will be the Viva questions on this kind of experiment. So thank you very much.